Helen Yee here with Eyes on the Game, being joined by the always beautiful Miss Miesha Tate. Now, great to see you. I feel like I last saw you at your going away party. It's already been 7 months. How's everything been and the transition?
Well, I finally feel adjusted. Like, I'm not adjusting anymore, right? So Singapore's home. It's where I think of, like, if I think of home, it's really weird to say because I guess it's destiny, right? So many years ago when I first went to Singapore, I was like, I could see myself living here. I think I kind of would want to live here, but that's totally different than actually doing it, right? And moving halfway across the world. So here I am now, living in Singapore. It's a dream come true and so awesome working with One Championship. I love it.
Now, how has your daughter been liking it so far?
She loves it because there's so many bright, colorful things. She travels around the world. She's seen so many countries. I think like 7, I was doing the math, like 7 or 8 countries already. And she's, not
world traveler.
Yeah, not even 1.5, So it's a pretty cool opportunity I have here to just kind of help her be more worldly. And I think that's such a benefit. So I think she'll be bilingual and I think she'll be very worldly. And I'm glad that I can do this opportunity for her.
Well, bilingual, which language?
Well, I want her to learn Mandarin, right? That'd be great.
Smart. Yeah, my parents pressed that on me, and I wish I learned more,
Yeah, so I'm that's what they teach in the school here as a second language in Singapore, so I'm hoping she'll pick up on that.
Yes. Well, we are here in Tokyo, in Japan, and I know you fought here 5 years ago, so it's very special to you. And One Championship, they're bringing that doubleheader, the huge fight cards here on Sunday. What do you think about One Century?
It's nuts. There's 2 mega events in one day. It's groundbreaking. It's never been done before. I mean, it's a comfortable number to say we should hit 70 million viewers, which is going to break all records. And we have 28 world champions on the card, 4 world title bouts. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for. If you love martial arts and you want to be entertained, then like Sunday is going to be like you just don't miss it. So it's going to be incredible. A couple of fights that I'm really looking forward to is Zhang Jingnan versus Angela Lee. Can't wait for that. It's going to be an epic rematch and like a couple good variables to like Angela Lee losing already to Zhang, but she went up a weight class, right? True. Now they're both coming down to challenge Angela in a weight class she's never lost in before. So she's kind of the queen of the atomweight division. We'll see if that changes. And then, we have Kevin Bellingon versus Bibiano Fernandez. That's going to be another world title fight. And that's going to be amazing as well. Like every time they fight, I swear it's like the Ali Frazier of martial arts. So really excited about that. And then I have to give a shout out to Brandon Vera. I think a lot of the Western audience probably remembers Brandon Vera. And now he's coming down. He's already won his last 4
in the first round.
In the first round, knockout. Against big guys. Brandon's not a very big heavyweight, so he's coming down to light heavyweight now to challenge Ang La, who is the middleweight and light heavyweight champion. So it's like champ versus wannabe champ, and like just really incredible. So I mean, there's so many other cards I could just keep going, but I'll stop there.
Yeah. So make sure you tune in. It's definitely going to be very exciting. Now I know you always talk about the Angela Lee versus Zhang Jingnan, that fight, and Zhang is dropping down in weight. How do you think she'll do dropping down to atom weight now?
Well, I heard in her hydration, she's passed her hydration and weigh-in test for the first one, and she still has one more to pass, but she looks really good. Like she was at the press conference the other day and she had like a sports bra and like an open jacket and she's shredded. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like just a shredded, mean, lean machine, but she just looks incredible. And she was very hydrated. Everyone was just commenting on like what a great job she did of like getting her weight down healthy. So she's not like making a dramatic cut. It was over a slow period of time and she looks really healthy. So I don't know we'll see how it happens. That's what's interesting about it, right? Is to actually see how she adjusts. But right now it looks really good.
But what do you think about One Championship and how their approach to weight cutting is?
It's by far the best way to do it. The no weight cutting, using the hydration, it's so much better for the athletes. What I get concerned about is like severe weight cutting over long periods of time. Not only does it just literally change your body density, you can actually start storing fat on your organs and stuff because your body goes through such a dramatic transition and basically goes into survival mode. Like, how can we prevent ourselves from dying the next time this happens, right? You keep doing it. It's really scary. And you can lose water off the brain, which leads to not only more, knockouts, but like worse problems because of the knockout. So I also think we get better performances out of the athletes. You know, we very rarely see anybody gas out. So you know, if it does go to a decision, if there's not a finish, you know, it's a high output, highly entertaining the entire time. So I really think overall it's just a much better policy. And I think that the athletes appreciate that they feel that much more fresh the next day.
Because there are rumors, or there were rumors, that Joanna was kind of having trouble making that 115 limit. And, you know, would she be able to do it? Is she struggling? What do you think about if she is struggling to make straw weight?
I feel horrible for her because I understand the pressure. I've been there before too. You know, in a couple of my fights, like I didn't realize that I was starting to have a thyroid issue. And so like, even though I was like dieting so hard and I was doing everything perfect and was working so hard, like my weight just wasn't coming down. And I knew my cut was going to be hellacious. And I had a really hard time for a couple fights and I almost didn't make weight. Actually, when I fought Holly, and like surprisingly, it didn't affect my performance that much, I feel like. But I mean, I was like on death's door the day before, and then it was even worse when I fought Amanda. Like, I don't even know how I cut my hair to try to make the weight because I was that close, and like I worked so hard, and I was like, I don't understand what's wrong, you know, and then I found out, like doing more blood work and like testing and stuff. So I feel for her, you know. It's possibly too, like, just from doing this severe weight cutting, it can affect you and your ability to be able to do it in the future, because your body starts just changing to try to adapt, right? Bodies are smart, and it's natural to go into survival mode. So I feel for her, and I hope it's not going to be like too hard of a cut for her, but it does kind of sound that way since she's asked for a catch weight. She probably is not on course to make the weight.
Yeah, well, do you suggest that she moves up to flyweight permanently?
Yeah, probably. I think that if it's that hard for her to make the weight, then it's just not healthy, and the long-term effects of that and the detriment, you know, I mean, it'd be better for her to put on weight, I think, and go up, but you know, that's a career choice for her and her coaches. Yeah.
And lastly, someone else who is fighting on the card this weekend, Demetrius Johnson, one of the top pound-for-pound fighters. What do you think about his fight?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you saw Danny King at his opponent's last fight against Reese McLaren, but Reese McLaren is a beast. He's a black belt on the ground, and he gets everybody down there and he finishes everybody. Danny King was just phenomenal in that fight. I mean, it literally had me off my seat. It was the fight of the night, the whole card. And he comes from Team Lakai, which is known for being extremely spirited, right? They're just very spirited warriors. And I think he's going to bring everything. And I think he's going to force DJ to be the best version of DJ, because if DJ is not on par, like, make no mistake, like Danny King will take this home. He will absolutely walk away with a win if he can find any opening, you know. But he, in my opinion, is the greatest of all time to ever do this. So he just needs to be on point and, you know, make sure not to slip up at all, because that's where it gets really interesting. Danny King's coming to win this, and I think everybody knows that, and especially DJ. So I'm sure it's going to be a great fight. And you mentioned the greatest to ever do it. Do you think he's still number one pound for pound? I mean, I don't know who else really, like, for me. I mean, there are a few other names that you can think of, but I think with his overall dominant performance, you know, and even that one that he did lose when he lost his belt, you know, super close. Yeah, split decision. Razor close decision. So for me, I think, he's still number one. Yes, well, it will be such a great card this weekend, and it's always great to see you, especially here in Japan this time. Yeah, thank you, and welcome. Thank you.